Hello everyone, this is The Last Word and I'm Maria Shakil. It was a day of protests, counter-protests and brawls. What turned out to be a day of just protest has taken this form where the BJP and the Congress have gone all out to target each other at police stations as well. The BJP and Congress trading allegations of each using force to prevent rivals from entering the Parliament building. At the epicenter of the storm, which perhaps began on Monday, was the fury over Home Minister Amit Shah's quip about Dr. Ambedkar. It has now turned out to be a bigger issue between the BJP and the Congress. Now it seems like that both the sides have decided to not give any elbow room to each other. You had BJP MPs Anurag Thakur and Bansuri Swaraj at Parliament Street Police Station for filing an FIR against Rahul Gandhi, alleging that he was responsible for injuring two of their colleagues, Pratap Sarangi, Member of Parliament from Odisha, and Mukesh Rajput, MP from Farrukhabad in Uttar Pradesh. In fact, it took this turn as well, where Kiren Rijiju, Parliamentary Affairs Minister, asked a question to Rahul Gandhi: have you learned karate, kung fu, to beat other MPs? So what all happened inside Parliament and outside? Here's a report, and then I bring in the guests.
A day of protests, counter-protests, allegations of scuffles, complaints and counter-complaints in Parliament, which is already under siege amid a battle of appropriation for Ambedkar's legacy. Minutes after an alleged scuffle between Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, and BJP MPs during a protest outside Parliament this morning, the Congress leader heckled when he went to speak to BJP MP Pratap Sarangi, allegedly hurt after Rahul Gandhi pushed him.
ये पार्लियामेंट की एंट्रेंस है, इसमें मैं अंदर जाने की कोशिश कर रहा था, तो बीजेपी के एमपी जो थे वो मुझे ऐसे रोकने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, धकेल रहे थे और मुझे धमका रहे थे. धक्का मुक्की से हमें कुछ होता नहीं है, मगर ये एंट्रेंस है पार्लियामेंट हाउस की और हमारा अधिकार है अंदर जाने का, और बीजेपी के जो मेंबर्स हैं वो हमें अंदर जाने से रोक रहे थे.
ये राहुल गांधी जो बोल रहे हैं बिल्कुल झूठ है. जब राहुल गांधी जी आया तब लोग उनको रास्ता छोड़ रहे थे, जगह दे रहे थे. जगह देने के बावजूद भी ऐसे गुस्सा ऐसे मार के वो चले गए.
पार्लियामेंट अपना शारीरिक ताकत दिखाने का कोई ये प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है. ये कोई कुश्ती का अखाड़ा नहीं है.
Soon after, the two BJP MPs were taken to the hospital.
सीढ़ी के ऊपर मैं खड़ा हुआ था और राहुल गांधी ने आकर के एक एमपी को धक्का लगाया, वो मेरे ऊपर गिर पड़ा.
मुकेश राजपूत जी तो उनको क्योंकि बेहोश हो गए थे सिर में चोट लगने के बाद, तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा घबराहट है उनको और चक्कर आ रहे हैं. तो दोनों का बीपी शूट अप कर गया था. एंड सारंगी जी, उनको भी काफ़ी ब्लीडिंग हो रही थी जब वो आए थे हॉस्पिटल. तो डीप कट था फोरहेड पे, तो स्टिचेस लगाने पड़े.
The Prime Minister called the injured MPs and many BJP leaders visited them in hospital.
एक पाठशाला लगनी चाहिए ट्रेनिंग देने की राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस के लोगों को कि लोकतंत्र में आचरण कैसा होता है, व्यवहार क्या होता है, मर्यादाएं क्या होती है.
Just minutes before the attack, Pratap Chandra Sarangi was seen giving an interview to NDTV.
कांग्रेस का भी अस्तित्व का संकट में आया है, इसलिए ब्रेन स्ट्रोक हो गया है. आपको शर्म नहीं आती है?
The BJP filed an FIR against Rahul Gandhi for the alleged attack on Sarangi and Rajput, even as another BJP MP made another allegation.
हम लोग पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट कर रहा था, तो लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन श्री राहुल गांधी जी बहुत क्लोज प्रॉक्सिमिटी में आके आई आल्सो डिड नॉट फील कंफर्टेबल. अच्छा नहीं लगा.
The Congress has denied the BJP's allegations.
रियलिटी ये है, इन्होंने अंबेडकर जी का अपमान किया है, उसकी अपॉलॉजी होनी चाहिए और रिजाइन करना चाहिए होम मिनिस्टर को.
अमित शाह जी की खाल बचाने के लिए ये अब इन्होंने साजिश शुरू की है कि भैया ने किसी को धक्का मारा, ये वो.
Moreover, the Congress has made some allegations of its own. Party MPs have written to the Speaker alleging Rahul Gandhi was manhandled And senior Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge has written to the speaker alleging he was pushed and he hurt his knees.
मेरी आंखों के सामने आप सब ने देखा होगा खड़गे जी को धक्का मार के जमीन पे गिराया.
The Congress has now filed an FIR on the alleged pushing and shoving of Mallikarjun Kharge. Jammu and Kashmir ally Umar Abdullah also came to Rahul Gandhi's defense.
मैं राहुल गांधी को जानता हूं, वो किसी को धक्का नहीं मारेंगे, किसी को भी नहीं, पार्लियामेंट तो दूर की बात.
The escalation in the showdown in Parliament is now at an unprecedented level, and the acrimony is unlikely to end soon, with JP Nadda hinting at a privilege motion against Rahul Gandhi.
The winter session of Parliament, which started on a very stormy note, is all set to end on an acrimonious note over the Ambedkar issue, with allegations and counter-allegations being levelled by both Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress. The politics around Ambedkar issue is going to continue for many, many days. This is Aishwarya Jain for NDTV in Delhi.
And joining me now is Sukhdev Bhagat, who is a Lok Sabha MP of the Congress party, someone who was present right there when the scuffle played out. Aparajita Sarangi MP again, who has been an eyewitness to this entire incident, and Sandeep Shastri. I'm going to begin with you, Sukhdev Bhagat. आप पर आरोप है कि आप लोगों ने पार्लियामेंट को अखाड़ा बना दिया है.
महाराज जी, एक बातें बहुत स्पष्ट है कि आपके आचार व्यवहार आपके विचारों से ही सामने नजर आता है, और निश्चित रूप से अमित शाह जी ने लोकतंत्र के मंदिर में जिस प्रकार बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर के बारे जिस प्रकार उपहास उड़ाया है, हम लोगों ने लगातार इसके बारे में प्रोटेस्ट किया, और एक गूंगी और बहरी सरकार, और मैं ये कहना चाहूं बेशर्म सरकार, हम लोगों ने उनका संज्ञान में लाया. ये बातें माफी मांगने तो दूर की बात, वो हमारे पे एलिगेशंस लगा रहे हैं. आपने देखा होगा लगातार हमने विभिन्न मुद्दों पे राहुल जी के नेतृत्व में, खड़गे साहब के नेतृत्व में और इंडिया अलायंस के नेतृत्व में 12-14 दिनों से हम लोगों ने लगातार प्रोटेस्ट किया, और प्रोटेस्ट किया, लेकिन कहीं कोई व्यवधान नहीं आया. आज हम लोगों ने जब इनका लगातार बाबा साहब के बारे हम लोग अपनी बातों को रख रहे थे, आज उनके प्रतिमा के समक्ष हम लोगों ने प्रदर्शन किया, फिर एक प्रॉपर वे में हम लोग सदन में जा रहे थे. सत्ता आपकी, सरकार आपकी, सुरक्षा आपकी, आज क्या कारण है कि क्यों ऐसा इस प्रकार के आचरण यहां पे सामने आए? सुरक्षा कर्मी का हाथ है, और सबसे बड़ी बात है सीसीटीवी आपके पास है और सारी चीजें देख ले, लेकिन दुख तो ये होता है लोकतंत्र के मंदिर में उनके जो कृत्य है. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, मैं ये जरूर कहना कि इन्होंने जो लोकतंत्र है, लोक लज्जा से चलती भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने दोनों का त्याग दिया है, और जिस प्रकार खड़गे साहब और प्रियंका गांधी जी को जिन्होंने जैसा व्यवधान इन्होंने किया, सामने देखा होगा, सारे सीसीटीवी में आप देख सकते हैं, और उल्टा वो लोग हमारे कांग्रेस पार्टी, हमारे पार्टनर्स पे वो एलिगेशंस लगा रहे हैं. ये एक अमित शाह जी को बचाने का एक कुत्सित प्रयास मैं कहना चाहूंगा, लेकिन निश्चित रूप से पूरा देश इन चीजों को जान रहा है, देख रहा है, और आज भी मैं कहना चाहूंगा अमित शाह जी को माफी मांगनी चाहिए.
Coming back to you, Sukhdev ji, Aparajita Sarangi, you were again present there. I mean, the point being made by the Congress here is that if indeed Rahul Gandhi pushed the two MPs who are presently in the hospital, then why is the BJP and the CISF, which monitors the entire security ring of Parliament, releasing those footage?
Whatever happened today was extremely unfortunate, should not have happened. We, the parliamentarians, are supposed to uphold the decorum and dignity of the parliament, both the houses of the parliament, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Today, I was an eyewitness. I was very much present there. So I think whatever may be said, something which the Congress did was not at all desirable. I underscore this line. At 10 a.m., the Bharatiya Janata Party members and the other NDA friends gathered there near Makardwar on the staircase, and we were into sloganeering, right? And we had placards in hand. And suddenly around 10:40, our number had swelled up by then by 10:40. And suddenly by 10:40, our leaders of the Congress came forward and they actually tried to go through the peaceful demonstrators, if I can use that expression. They wanted to go through the peaceful demonstrators, and it is wrong to say that the security personnel were not there. Security personnel were there, and they actually showed the way to Sri Rahul Gandhi ji. There was space. He could have easily gone through that particular space. We have been doing this for the past so many days. Let me tell you, every day in the morning, to our consternation, 10 a.m., 10:30, 10:40, we would come there, and we would be kind of find a separate space to go through and go to the Lok Sabha, because all these people would be gathering on the staircase. So today also there was space, enough space, they would have gone. But they wanted to go through the peaceful demonstrators so that they would agitate us. And at that point of time, whatever happened should not have happened. Sri Pratap Sarangi ji, a very senior politician of ours, and Mukesh Rajput were standing, and then we know what happened thereafter. You know what? In the fitness of things, it would have been humane and it would have been worth appreciation if Sri Rahul Gandhi ji and Madam Priyanka Vadra ji and Mallikarjun Kharge ji would have gone to the hospital, RML, we all went to the hospital, RML, and inquired into the health of these two parliamentarians, and they are very senior people. So I think this is something which we all expected. We thought they would go, they did not. So I think the situation today was something which was, I think, unprecedented in the history of the parliament, as has been told by some of the senior ministers.
Okay.
In fact, Sri Arjun Meghwal ji said that it never happened. Yes.
Yes, because it's unprecedented, and that's the reason why I'm asking, why did it go to such an extent? I'm going to come back to both the MPs who are eyewitnesses, but Professor Shastri, it's very unfortunate what happened in Parliament today. We keep talking about laws, new laws, but perhaps this would be the darkest chapter that India has seen with regards to its parliamentarians. Never before 2 MPs have landed in a hospital, and they had to get stitches because they were pushed. So antagonism aside, it has led to this kind of scuffle.
Maria, 2 years back when something similar happened in the parliament of another country, I remember the report was, are we witnessing the theater of the absurd? And I'm asking the same question today. Now, as a conscientious and concerned citizen of this country, is this the type of spectacle that we would like to see in our elected chamber? While Barack Obama wrote The Audacity of Hope, are we today looking at the hope of audacity in terms of how people behave and what is happening? Maria, somewhere we must move away from the blame game. Somewhere we must move away from whether I am wrong or you are wrong, and raise the question of statesmanship as to how can we make sure that the people of India are proud of what we as a parliament do, what we as members of parliament do. Again here, I am not saying who is wrong, who is right, who is responsible, who is irresponsible. I am not raising any of these issues today. I am just asking the question that in a democracy, do we not deserve better?
Yes, absolutely.
Maria, final point. I was going on my walk this evening, and somebody who meets me every day was smiling. Normally he's serious. And when he was smiling, I asked him, why are you smiling today? He said, I've heard the biggest joke of 2024. And I said, what is that? He said, there was no disruption within Parliament today. There was disruption outside Parliament.
How unfortunate.
I kept thinking of what this man told me as I was walking back home, that does this reflect a new high or a new low that we are all moving towards in terms of the status and stature of our democratic institution? I don't know. I think as a citizen, I would hang my head in shame that this is what is happening in my country.
Let me go back to the 2 MPs who were present right there at Makar Dwar when the events unfolded. The question is, Aprajita Sarangi, it's the CCTV which will reveal the truth. You have a senior, parliamentarian in Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge who is alleging that it is the BJP MPs who pushed him. The question is, why did that happen? And the BJP is now alleging that Rahul Gandhi pushed 2 of its MPs who are presently in the hospital. Yes, the fact is that they are in the hospital. But what was the circumstances that led to it is a subject of investigation.
See, nothing of this sort should have happened. Extremely unfortunate, I reiterate. But at the same time, I must say that FIR has been lodged in the local police station, and it is for the police to investigate. Police will definitely look into the findings from the camera. They would also kind of analyze the footages of the CCTVs, and everything will be clear. Sri Mallikarjun Kharge, if he has fallen down, we have not seen any kind of video, but if he has fallen down, should not have actually, fallen down. Very unfortunate, very elderly man. And the same case with the 2 parliamentarians who are in the hospital, who are under observation of the doctors. I personally went to the RML and I talked to both of them, and they were in a very bad shape. In fact, Pratap Sarangi ji had undergone 2 stitches, and Mukesh Rajput ji was not in senses, so to say. So I think whatever happened should not have happened. But then you have to understand the reasons why this happened. This nothing to do with Shri Amit Shah ji delivering a 90-minute wonderful speech in the Rajya Sabha yesterday. These are 2 different matters altogether. I mean, let us de-link both. It's wrong to actually link both. Every day, people from the Congress, people from the India Alliance have been staging protests for something or the other on the staircase. Today, we were there peacefully protesting, and this happened. And what a wonderful way of holding this entire winter session, I must say. We enjoy it because 2 days in Rajya Sabha and 2 days in Lok Sabha, we had debate on the Constitution. We had the Railway Amendment Bill passed. And we had the One Nation, One Election Bill introduced. So everything was going on so very well. Yes, of course, there were frequent adjournments. But then, during the Constitution debate, many things came to light which we did not know about. Shri Amit Shah ji, in his 90-minute speech, wonderful speech, something everybody should hear, unveiled the face of the Congress before the people of the country. And that actually agitated them. 1. Number 2, they are all a frustrated lot, Maria, we must realize. After this Maharashtra and Haryana drubbing, I think they stand nowhere in the country. It's a question of their relevance.
Okay. So you are being called, Mr. Bhagat, that this is an act of desperation of the Congress party. My question is that what happened really at the Makar Dwar, which made some MPs of yours indulge in this kind of pushing and shoving, as is being alleged by the BJP. What happened? आप वहाँ पर मौजूद थे, आपने क्या देखा है? क्योंकि प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस वर्सेस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस तो समझ सकते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर FIR वर्सेस FIR भी हो गया है. तो इसका मतलब ये भी है कि दोनों पार्टीज के पास एविडेंस है to level that charge against each other. तो हुआ क्या था?
मारे जी मैं एक चीज बताऊं, ये पूरी घटना भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ मैं कहूं पूर्व नियोजित और सुनियोजित था. मैं इसलिए इस बात को कह रहा हूं कि ये आप प्रोटेस्ट इन्होंने किया है, स्टिक कैसे लेके गए? ये बकर द्वार में स्टिक इनके हाथ में, सारे देखे कि सारे के हाथ में स्टिक था. तो ये ध्यान भटकाने के लिए अमित शाह जी ने जो बातें कही, जो बाबा साहब का अपमान किया, उसका ध्यान भटकाने के लिए इन्होंने किया. मैं बहुत स्पष्ट कर देना चाहता हूं, सही कहा उन्होंने कि ब्लेम गेम पे नहीं जाना चाहिए, लेकिन अगर ये पूरे अगर संसद परिसर में लोकतंत्र के मंदिर में कोई घटना घटती है और यह एक शारीरिक यहां बल नहीं प्रदर्शित करना, वैचारिक विभिन्नता होनी चाहिए थी. ये स्पीकर साहब के पास जाना चाहिए. FIR ये इन्होंने क्यों किया? यही एक साबित करती है कि ये पूरी घटना ये ध्यान भटकाने के लिए था और कहीं न कहीं ये राहुल गांधी जी के मुद्दों को वो उनके मुद्दों से ध्यान भटकाने का था. खड़गे जी के प्रति जिस प्रकार देशिकांत दुबे जी ने कहा है, 83 वर्ष के हमारे खड़गे जी हैं, उनके बारे में उन्होंने क्या टिप्पणी की है। तो इसलिए हमने कहा कि जो एक राजनीतिक शुचिता होती है, राजनीतिक संस्कार होती है, उनका अनुपालन करना चाहिए। अपराजिता जी सीनियर मेंबर हैं, लेकिन मैंने कहा कि ये ब्लेम गेम नहीं होना चाहिए। लेकिन क्या एलओपी जिस प्रकार क्या वो उन्होंने कहीं धक्का दिया, क्या वो खुद जान सकते हैं। और हमने कहा सुरक्षा आपके पास है, सरकार आपका है, तो इस सत्ता आपके पास है, सीसीटीवी लगे हुए हैं, पूरी आप जांच करा लो। इसी प्रकार कुछ दिन पूर्व आपने देखा होगा कि कैश कांड हुआ था राज्यसभा में, 50,000 मिले, सीसीटीवी लगे हुए, उसके भी जांच नहीं हुए। तो ये लगातार जब भी हमने मुद्दे को उठाए या ध्यान भटकाने के लिए इस प्रकार के कृत्य किए जा रहे हैं। हाँ, ये जरूर मैं कहूंगा दुख होता है कि लोकतंत्र के मंदिर में इस प्रकार की चीजें घटित हो रही है, और ये घटित भी हो रही है, तो इसके लिए सत्ता पक्ष पूरी की पूरी तरह जिम्मेवार है।
Aprajita, the point here is that in the past, whenever there was tension or acrimony between the treasury benches and opposition, we saw senior leaders of both the sides come together, find that meeting ground. Right now, you're leveling allegation against the leader of opposition. You have in one house, and the leader of opposition of the other house, that is Mr. Kharge, is leveling allegations against you. I mean, it's playing right at the top of the leadership on both the sides. So where will the meeting point be?
Maria, you have to realize that 2 of our senior MPs are in the hospital. What can be worse than this? And today, did we invite them to come to us? Did we ask them to go through us? Not at all. We were peacefully demonstrating as they had been demonstrating every day. They had been jeering at our leader yesterday all through the day. Did we say anything? Today, in our own right, we were there assembled and we were actually sloganeering and we had placards in hand. So why did they behave in the way they did? And I tell you, I reiterate, in fact, Rahul Gandhi ji, being the leader of opposition, should have gone to the RML to see the 2 parliamentarians. God forbid, Shri Kharge ji is still, hale and hearty. He has not gone to the hospital. 2 of our parliamentarians are in the hospital. Who is responsible for this? So let the police investigate. And in fact, we will know what is what. And whosoever is in the wrong should be actually, rebuked or reprimanded, or whatever action needs to be taken will be taken. There has been communication to the Honorable Speaker Lok Sabha too. And I'm sure Lok Sabha Speaker will cause an investigation and will take appropriate action as per the procedure of law. So I think we all need to wait and watch, but whatever happened should not have happened. Everybody wants bonhomie, everybody wants friendliness, everybody wants the session to, be hindrance free. Who doesn't want that? But when it comes to this kind of situation, when the parliamentarians, senior parliamentarians actually have to go to the hospital, I don't think it can be forgiven or forgotten.
Okay, so it won't be forgiven and forgotten. Sandeep Shastri, you get the last word on my show. The sense certainly is that there'll be no meeting ground whatsoever. Tomorrow, this session, the winter session, will be called sine die. So, perhaps it gets carried forward into now to the budget session, which begins only on 31st of January 2025. But it's ending on a note where it has seen multiple historical, unfortunate incidents as well, including a motion which was brought against the Vice President of India, the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Of course, it was rejected by the Deputy Chairman. But look at where we have arrived as a parliamentary democracy. Very, very unfortunate episodes.
Maria, I have been watching the sessions of Parliament since 1972. And I have yet to see in the last 52 years, Parliament having deteriorated or fallen to the level it has now in terms of acrimony, in terms of difference, in terms of the type of polarization we notice, and the inability of the 2 sides to find a minimum meeting ground. And this is, for me, one of the biggest tragedies of the working of parliamentary democracy, where our elected representatives, irrespective of their parties, cannot come together. I have seen confrontations in the past. I have seen strong language being used in the past. but I have never seen this type of confrontation, such language of confrontation, such a way of protest, such strong non-verbal language. I have yet to see it being practiced in the parliament in India. And that's for me a very sad day in the history of our parliament.
All right. Sandeep Shastri, appreciate your time. Aprajita Sarangi, Sukhdev Bhagat, thank you for joining here on NDTV. With that, it's a wrap from me on this edition of The Last Word. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. We have Vishnu Shom right here in the studio.
Maria, thanks very much. Breaking at 9 o'clock, the first official confirmation on the cause of the death of General Bipin Rawat, the last Chief of Defence Staff. A statement tabled in the Lok Sabha, the Standing Committee of Defence. We'll bring you details of just what happened over there. Also, the big flare-up in Parliament today. FIRs by both sides. Accusations of shoving and pushing, if not worse. There's a lot more coming up on NDTV as well, on Left, Right and Centre after this short break.